I am especially excited about this conference because of the focus on fathers as role models for children. Research across the board is showing clearly the massive benefits for children and families associated with positive father involvement, as well as the devastating consequences associated with the lack of positive father involvement. We must raise the bar on our efforts to increase father involvement in the lives of children throughout America and the world. We who are administrators of fatherhood, healthy marriage, human services, and educational programs owe this to the children and families placed on our stewardship.
I believe that parents are the only genuine leaders in the world. You have responsibility above and beyond any corporate person, any elected official, anyone else. You have the life or the lives of children in your hands. Your responsibility to shape them and mold them for the future is bigger than any elected position, any job that you've applied for, or anything like that.
In 2007, Golden Murray and Cummings, they came up with this whole idea that fathering is vulnerable. There's this whole idea of the fathering vulnerability hypothesis. And with that being said, what they are positing is that the context of the intimate relationship has more of a bearing on the involvement of the father in a child's life in comparison to the involvement of the mother in a child's life. So really what they're saying is that the context of the intimate relationship may have more implications for father involvement than it does mothering.
The cross is both vertical and horizontal. And men, women, in order to see a prophetic fatherhood movement, we are called to reconcile the vertical and the horizontal. It is the place. The nexus of the cross is the strongest place, the point of convergence. It is the place where conviction marries compassion, where the fishes intersect with the bread, and truth joins hands with mercy. It is where we reconcile the optics of redemption with the metrics of reconciliation. The nexus of the cross is La Familia. And we need a prophetic fatherhood movement that is able to lift holy hands high in worship, but stretch out hands in compassion, in love, in provision, in fatherhood. The cross is both vertical and horizontal.
Performance and character should determine where this nation goes from here. In many instances, we are even more divisive now because of terrorism and racial profiling and stopping fresh issues. And we must indeed not stereotype people based on being Islamic, Mormons, being Hispanic, but we must learn to appreciate the innate qualities of every individual, regardless of religion, regardless of even gender or gender orientation or race.
I gave birth to twins without one day have a vaccination or see any doctor. One day, without change clothes. I have my twins, Susanna Shisho, they don't have a nail because of lice. Plus the kids, they have a diarrhea. And from that, I named the twins after the commander who was charged to kill us. Which one? Let us change positive to negative people. You can never change somebody to be a positive when you stay negative. That word, it changed all atmosphere because a woman, when a woman wants to make the action, we can do it. Nobody can stop us. The woman I named after her husband is the one who came. She came to the prison. She said, "Thank you, Mom." Because it's a great honor, it's a choice to name somebody because you love your kids. I did that for 3 reasons. Communicate with them, I'm not your enemy. Second, I want to save my children's life. Third, I forgive you.
Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition presented to Ms. Rose Mapenda. Congratulating you as an honoree at the 14th Annual Conference presented by the National Fatherhood and Families Coalition. We honor you for your dedication, commitment, and leadership in promoting healthy families. Sorry. these words just don't seem to be enough. What I'd like to thank you for is your faith, your strength, your courage, and your message. And I think they resonate with all of us, and you've given us something all to think about and to do, and more importantly, the message is, it's all within us, and we can all make a difference. Thank you.
We totally need to get back on track with investing in relationships, which is what you're all about. And I think the opportunity is, if we show the authentic relationship, like some of these interviews started to point us toward, like Vodi Bakum has said, no, it's not the bedroom, the ball field, and the billfold that measure our manhood. It's our humility, our courage, our servanthood, and our love, unconditionally, when it's not easy to love, that lets that one woman know, I'm with you for life. So the Blitz is the individualist, consumeristic society. The play that works is unconditional, relationship-based value system. It's fathering, it's mothering, it's turning your heart to your kids. And if you're in the role of one who turns another father's heart to a kid, you've done an eternally significant thing.
There are orders in our system that go way back to a different time and a different philosophy and a different set of understandings about who is in our caseload. And those orders may be too high. And they live in our caseload and they create overwhelming debt. Debt that often pressures parents out of any kind of formal job into the underground economy, especially those that are returning from prison. And even more significantly, can push them away from engagement with their children, even their grown children, because of shame, because of avoidance, because of putting their head in the sand, because of conflict with the other parent.
That father, can in fact continue to provide the nurturance that mom provides, so that the child doesn't see that there are in fact sex typing, gender typing sets of behavior. That mom can be tough, mom can be soft, and dad can be tough, but he can also be soft.
And it was amazing to be on that peak of the mountain and look down as a world champion and get up there and realize that there was nothing there. It was empty. And you know what? This ring didn't solve anything that was already a problem in your life. It didn't heal the broken relationships. It didn't heal fathers' relationships with their children. It didn't heal husbands' relationships with their wives. And it was just the greatest false promise.